but I only spent like on the lights. I think it was like $35 for all the lights I had.
See, why can't you just find deals like that and instead of buying stupid shit like a 3-piece Dubai Jedi fucking pajama set?
2025 is a year of comfort, sir, and you need to calm the fuck down.
It's been comfort for me. I sleep naked.
Welcome back to another episode of Adulthood Pending. My name's Zaga.
Ooh. And I'm Nick.
And ooh, we're super creepy this week. I'm in a cloak. Thank you very much. Courtesy of the Tiki Talk shop. So
It's still insane how much you paid for that.
I mean, dude, I'm telling you, I was iffy. I was iffy about buying this. And for those at home, it's the Kufandi, like 3-piece leisure suit. You got yourselves a man, even get one for dad. This shit is like Jedi level comfort. I now know what it feels like to be on the council and be considered a member of the Jedi Council and a master. Okay, I forgot the line.
You must live in Dubai because that, ladies and gentlemen, what he obviously was going to regret to inform you was this. Oh, it's discounted on TikTok Shop for about 24% off.
Yeah.
It's still $104.
It's a 3-piece, Nick. Do you know how long this is? Right. We're just gonna do a live here. We're gonna take this out and we're just gonna keep pulling it until I reach the end.
Dude, do you sleep in this?
Yes, it's like a cocoon of comfort.
Okay, I sleep butt naked.
Who?
So much more comfortable. And guess what it costs?
And ladies at home,
Zero.
he sleeps butt naked with the mask on. Just so we're aware.
It's called a sleep apnea machine.
It's a different kind of mask.
It's a different kind of mask. No, I do. Also, full disclosure, I do not have a sleep apnea machine. I know there's someone's gonna watch this and be like, "Oh my god, he's got breathing issues." No, I just
sleep apnea is not funny, by the way.
It is not. It sucks. You just look like Bane.
It's terrible.
Why should I put
my
on
friends have it, and I feel bad for them. But this week, this episode, we're 1 week away from the spookiest date of the year.
One of the best dates of the year.
Yes.
All Hallows Eve.
It is spooky season at the Zaga house. Spooky season at the Zaga house. Nick, I sent you pictures.
Yes.
Of what it's been like for me the last few days.
Yeah. Did you flip any burgers?
No burgers. No burgers. I actually.
Then you're a phony.
I came out, you'll see it right here. Boom, right there. It's attached. Ellie and I dressed up as Bob and Linda from Bob's Burgers, and the moment I put the wig on and I put the glasses on, I looked myself in the mirror, and I'm like, I'm a hideous woman. And I literally bust out. Ellie leaves the bedroom first because she was going back to tend to the guests, and I just came out, and I'm just like, Bob, we only got pizzas. We only got the pizzas. We have no burgers. And we just had a whole conversation in character, and it was fun. It was a lot of fun. But all my decorations are out. I have a little pet cemetery. It came out pretty cool. Did the whole garage. You saw my selfie station, which I thought came out cool. Had a little plastic bowl, made it look like uranium glass. I can't afford that shit.
You make do with what you got.
Right? Like, and you'll be proud of me. I know you yell at me about my financials, but I only spent like on the lights, I think it was like $35 for all the lights I had.
See, why can't you just find deals like that and instead of buying stupid shit like a 3-piece Dubai Jedi fucking pajama set?
2025 is a year of comfort, sir, and you need to calm the fuck down.
It's been comfort for me. I sleep naked. I walk around my house naked.
Oh, no, you don't understand the level of leisure. But see, here's the thing. Say Ellie and I are on the couch. I'm in my Kufandi 3-piece leisure suit. And she goes, babe, I really want some ice cream. Let's go get some ice cream. I then don't have to put on clothes or change my clothing. I just go out in this, and this looks good.
I would have taken you for a. Oh, don't worry, I got a DoorDash.
I usually would, but sometimes maybe Ellie wants to go to a creamery. Creameries don't have the door dashing.
I'll be honest with you, I am totally against the fact of door dashing any kind of ice cream.
So there is one spot that's 4 minutes up the road, so it's worth the DoorDash. It's worth the DoorDash. It's not going to melt.
That's what I'm scared of.
Oh, well, speaking of scares, it's time to get to our scary episode. Do you believe in ghosts, Nick?
I have ghost Reese's.
So you don't believe in ghosts?
No, actually, I do.
You do? Okay.
I do. Yeah, no. I 100% believe in ghosts, and I don't. I'm not talking about the Patrick Swayze version.
Oh, that's not a ghost. That's a. I don't even know. I was going to try to play on words.
That's a ghost.
It's a ghost. That's like, yeah, it's like, there's vampires, but there's like not Twilight vampires or copper.
I was going to say or copper.
Or copper. And the reason why I ask you this is because I had ChatGPT scour, and I reprompted it 15 times to get the right stories that I was looking for. Now, I don't know what entails in the story. I just know kind of the gist. Like they gave them, they had the titles from the Reddit posts, and I fact checked. These are all from Reddit. I just haven't read the stories themselves. We're going to read them live together and with everybody here. It's story time, folks. And what we're going to do is I want to get your opinion on if these stories are real or if we can call it bullshit. These people just trying to get likes, right? That's fair. But I have to know, have you had any like ghost experiences before?
I don't know if I would. So I have some that are like, I'm not 100% sure if maybe I caused it or if it was actual paranormal involvement, if you will. So like for instance, there was one time when I lived at home with my parents, I was cleaning my room. I had it was a glass bottle, and it was on the edge of my desk, and I was cleaning, and I shit you not, I just remember, and I'm not even touching the cabinet, and I just looked down and the bottle just scooted all the way to the back of the wall. And I don't know, maybe if there's by chance if I did lean up against it and it slid, but I'm like, if it slid like that because of me, I feel like it would have tipped over. Just
right?
How gravity works.
Yeah.
The second one,
sure.
3 years ago to now, yeah, about 2 or 3 years ago, as of now, I had a friend who unfortunately passed away, and so after I'd gone to his funeral, I was back home here in OKC. Mind you, he lived in Lawton, and I'm going through my closet. And when COVID happened, I was laid off from my main job, and he hired me to come put up a couple fences with him. I got a hat, everything. It was a hat that I still cherish to this day. Well, when I moved up here, I lost that hat. It was somewhere in the move. I just couldn't find it. I go to my closet in this studio. I open up this door over here, and the hat just happens to fall right to my feet.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. And that's I've had a couple encounters, and I really kind of think like it was just my grandpa maybe watching out for me. He passed away long ago, but
could have been too.
It could have been. I can't debunk it, but I can't make it believable at the same time.
So I do have quite a few scenarios myself, and I want to get to those, but because I'm learning with this algorithm, we're going to save that story for last. Make sure you motherfuckers watch this shit through, or at least skip to the end. Because my stories, them shits is fucked up. Mainly because everyone knows I'm an asshole when it comes to ghosts and ghost hunting. So, that's probably why I can't get a collab with any ghost hunters. So,
you're not credible.
Let's go to you say I'm not credible?
You're not credible.
No, I'm totally credible. I'm just disrespectful when it comes to the ghosts.
Yeah, that
We're
kind
trying
of
to find
tracks.
out if it's real, right? Like that's the whole point of ghost hunting, to try to prove it. So if you're disrespectful to something that it's not proven yet, you can't be disrespectful to it. But if it proves itself, all right, I'm gonna feel immediate regret as I run out of that building. But I'm gonna have it on camera. Call me. I'm telling you, I got ideas. All right, so the first story, it's called The House in the Woods.
Oh, your favorite.
Yeah, it's the most terrifying thing on the face of the fucking planet. Now this was actually here. I'll click the link and go right to go right to the Reddit post. God damn it!
You're not prepared.
Yeah, it's my.
You're here to present to the class, and you're
Whatever the
absolutely.
I don't have the username. I thought I did, and now I don't. All right, fucker. You want to read? You want to read in front of the class?
No, I stutter too much.
Exactly. So
We saw that from the last episode.
uh
I hate that one too. I
you had 2 moments where you were just your brain just went
like the dial up.
it's like when you try to start a car in the middle of winter.
Yeah, that's so I couldn't do a podcast on my own.
Fun of people who stutter. I'm just making fun of Nick specifically.
No, fuck that. He's making fun of all of us.
All right. My parents bought a house in the middle of the woods when I was 12. It was a big step from where we lived before, cheap too, which should have been the first red flag. The first night there, I woke up around 3 a.m. because I heard footsteps outside my window. I told myself it was an animal, but the sound was too heavy, like boots in the dirt. I peeked out and saw someone walking towards the shed. I went to wake up my dad, but he was already awake, standing at the top of the stairs, standing out the back window. He said, "Don't go down there." The next morning, we went to check the shed, and the lock was broken clean off. Inside, the walls had deep scratches like someone took a knife to the wood. My dad fixed the lock and said it must have been a raccoon. But a week later, the lock was broken again. This time, my dad set up a motion sensor light. Around 2:45, I woke up to it turning on. I looked out the window and saw someone or something standing there. It looked like a man, but his face was completely smooth. No eyes, no mouth, just skin. My dad ran outside with his shotgun, but by the time he got out there, no one was around. The next morning, there were deep boot prints leading away from the shed and one single handprint on the side of the house. Yeah, that's a skinwalker. I asked for ghost stories, and this is in the Reddit thread, ghost stories, but that sounds like a motherfucking skinwalker. If
I was getting Slender Man vibes in a way.
Slender Man,
Yeah,
it's a skinwalker, baby.
and all I'm gonna say is, parents have given a lot of false reasons to kids. Oh, the lock's broken. Fucking damn raccoons.
You know damn well that dad was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Yeah, and so he started to scramble. Fuck, how can I make this really raccoon? Had to have been a raccoon.
It's a raccoon.
You could have leaned toward bear or something of a larger nature. Raccoon.
Yeah, you know, dad was definitely freaking out though, because the second time or third time here. A week later, the lock was broken again. Whatever. The lock was broken again. This time, my dad set the motion. Yep. So the second time, a week later, dad runs outside with a shotgun. That means he was scared as fuck of what the fuck it was out there. You don't need a shotgun for a raccoon.
No,
You don't need a shotgun for a raccoon.
no. This is
You can use a broom.
if you need a shotgun to fight off a raccoon, what nuclear plant are you close to that raccoons are becoming radioactive? Because that is the only reason you're going to need a shotgun for a raccoon.
I just feel like if I knew a little bit more of the backstory, right? Like if I knew where this was, since they said this in the middle of like Utah, that's an
Mormons.
Alien, that's aliens.
Oh,
Aliens all day long.
I was going to go with Mormon.
The mountains of Utah is where the new Area 51 is. I watch a lot of Ancient Aliens.
That's Area 51's not in Utah.
The new one. Obviously, they can't conduct fucking UFO fucking experiments at Area 51 now. Everyone knows. They have to move it. If you look it up, back in the day, they actually moved the base that was originally at Area 51 to somewhere on the outskirts of Utah, the mountain area, and then it moved to an undisclosed location, the mountains of Utah. Why? Because the mountains are made out of lead, so they can get into it and is protective against radiation. I looked deep into this shit.
You're just furthering my accusations that Mormons are aliens.
I mean, it's not wrong.
It's not too far-fetched.
Not wrong. But do we think this story actually happened, or is it complete bullshit?
I'm gonna go bullshit. There's just I'm gonna go bullshit.
Why do you call bullshit? I agree with you, but I want to know your reasoning behind it.
It's just the way it was just put together. Just I feel like the person that made this story has heard of like skinwalkers and Slender Man and stuff like that, and so you kind of just interweaved all of these fucking things and made somewhat of a story out of on your own. There was no conclusion, no nothing. You saw someone that was faceless, that was smooth,
right?
That's why I was like, okay, that's a Slender Man vibe. But I also see what you're talking about. The person, it took on the form of a person, Skinwalker.
Boot marks, right?
Yeah, and the claw marks, Skinwalker. So That's what I'm saying. There's too many inconsistencies, things that have you reach too far.
My issue,
great story, but
yeah, it's a good story. You had me hooked.
Yeah.
My issue starts with the very first line in the story. My parents bought a house in the middle of the woods when I was 12. 12. What do you remember when you were 12, Nick?
Fuck, I don't know.
I don't remember. I remember Pokemon was very big in my life at 12. I remember WWE was very big in my life at 12.
I remember TRL was a big thing in our life.
Yeah. NSYNC, Spice Girls, very important.
Yeah.
You need to know what was going on. TLC. 9/11 had just happened. That's what I'm saying. Lots of stuff. Specifics of a story like that? That's where inconsistencies lie.
Well, and there's also one thing that I'm surprised you actually didn't point out, that there's a key detail missing here.
What's that?
Where's the bomb?
First, wait. My parents, yeah. I told myself it was an animal. Yeah, there's nothing about mom.
Nope, just dad. Dad had a shotgun. Dad says don't go down there. Dad blames raccoons.
Or thinking outside of the box. You gotta think outside of the box, right?
Okay.
What if mom's dead? And what she actually saw was dad. The claw marks inside were from mom.
Oh, yeah, because he killed her?
Right? Dad had a shotgun in his hand already. What do you think actually woke her up? Was it a motion sensor or was it the bang? She doesn't know what woke her up. She was just awoken in the middle of the night.
Yeah.
And you don't know what a gunshot sounds like.
And knowing that a kid's going to listen to the dad, don't go down there at that age.
Right? Something is fish. Maybe because I just watched Ed Gein and...
Oh, no, they got mother.
Right? And like we're watching the John Wayne Gacy one now on Peacock. By the way,
I heard it's so good.
We just watched the first episode. Unbelievably good.
I've heard nothing but good things about that show.
Did you watch that documentary, by the way?
No.
It's going to make you angry if you watch it, by the way. Number one.
He pisses me off regardless, but...
Oh, no. The documentary that's number one in Netflix right now. The Perfect Neighbor.
I want to say I came across that not that long ago.
I'll tell you more about it after the episode.
I'm just going to go look at the description.
Yeah, I mean, it's about a case of somebody trying to use stand your ground when clearly lady was racist. But it's a really, really good documentary. The entire documentary is only through body cam footage, police interviews.
I see that.
Like there's nothing else. There's no,
Well, I'm adding that to my list now. So
it was a good documentary. Thoroughly enjoyed it. All right. So we both called bullshit for number one, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and call bullshit.
All right. Story number two. And again, these are just random ones that I had ChatGPT pull from Reddit under the thread ghost stories. So this one, a nautical ghost story from my sailor uncle, from 2 years ago. American Idiot TV is the name of the user here.
That sounds promising.
I know, right? My uncle worked on a Great Lakes freighter called the SS Arthur M. Anderson, same one that followed the Edmund Fitzgerald the night it sank. He told me this story once and refused to ever repeat it. It was winter 1989. The Anderson was hauling limestone across Lake Superior. My uncle was on midnight watch when he heard footsteps pacing above deck. The weird part, no one was scheduled topside because of an ice storm. Because of an ice storm. He radioed the bridge, no response, just static. So he and another crewman went up to check. On the snow-covered deck were footprints, large ones, bare footprints. They followed them all the way to the bow. The prince just stopped, like the person walked off the side. They searched the railing, the ladders, everything. Nothing. When they went back inside, the radio crackled again, and a voice whispered, "Anderson, do you copy?" The thing is, it wasn't the captain's voice. The next morning, they radioed the Coast Guard just in case someone had gone overboard. Nothing. Weather reports said the signal that night was distorted by atmospheric interference. My uncle said after that night, the footsteps came back every winter run. Same time, same deck, always stopping at the bow. Yeah. That's a good one. That's a good one.
I don't know. I don't know. The detail that's bothering me is the footprints were large, bear-like. So this went from a ghost story to a creature story?
Like you're barefoot.
Oh, bear. Okay.
Bare, BARE.
Okay. I'm thinking like,
That's why you were so confused. I was like, why does he look so confused? He's like,
I was
why
sitting
is
here,
there
I'm like,
a bear in the middle of Lake Superior?
if it was around Lake Superior, I understand a bear being around there. But I'm like, on a ship? Come on now. Like, this went from a ghost story to a creature story to straight bullshit so fast.
But now that you know that it's actual regular feet, what are your thoughts?
This one might have some tangible evidence or tenacity, if you will. I don't even know if those are real words, but they sound intelligent. But this can be possibly probable, given if I knew a little bit more of the backstory of said ship. Because
I don't know much about the Edmund Fitzgerald.
Right, but you said they were carrying limestone, yes?
Yes.
Well, and as everyone knows, limestone is a very strong magnetic force used that holds spirits.
Electromagnetic, yeah.
Yep. So, with them saying that they were getting paranormal.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I just pulled up a brief overview of what the Edmund Fitzgerald was. So now this adds to the story.
Okay.
Right? It was a bulk carrier that sank in Lake Superior during a severe storm in 1975 with the loss of all 29 crew members.
Okay.
This ship's sinking became a famous tragedy immortalized by the popular Gordon Lightfoot song, "The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald," and the wreck is now protected as a gravesite.
Huh. But I need to know more about the ship before it sank. Were there any deaths on the ship?
This ship that this guy was on is the same one that followed the Edmund Fitzgerald the night it sank. So there was a boat behind it.
So the spirits could have jumped ship, and with them carrying limestone, you know what? I'm going to say this is probable.
This is probable. I'm on the case of probable. Granted, most sailor stories, you never know. Yeah. As you know, you're on a boat, it's weird, but that That sounds like something you would see, right? Because you reported it to the Coast Guard, so you're like you're getting the military involved here at this point. So it has to be.
Yeah, but back then I don't think it really counts because
I mean, this is 89.
oh, okay, 89. Okay, never mind. So yeah, you reported to the Coast Guard. 89. You follow the ship that went down. You're carrying limestone.
And then you add the coming over the radio, Anderson, do you copy? Which is the name of the ship that
went
was
down.
behind the Fitzgerald.
Yeah.
That's
Well,
that's the part that's a little eerie.
why were they barefoot?
I'm gonna believe it.
I just want to know why they were barefoot.
That's the other thing. Like, I mean, maybe they went down. I don't. Again, I don't know much about. Maybe they went down while they were sleeping or something. Could be, right?
But I feel. See, I don't think that. Do you think that you take on the form of however you passed into the afterlife?
I really would hope not. Like, because and I had this conversation before. Like, when you die, how are you in the afterlife? Because all these ghosts that we see and we talk about, they're old, right?
Yeah. Unless you're a Jedi.
True. But that would really fucking suck. Like, imagine you live to like 98 years old and like you're just decrepit, right? You're not going to be any better.
Yeah, you're just still decrepit, but in a ghost form.
You're just like, my knees don't work, but at least I don't feel pain. Like that's what is that what I'm looking forward to?
Yeah,
that would really suck.
I feel like once you enter the afterlife, you should get to choose which era that you get to present yourself.
Right?
Because I got plenty of other eras that I'd like to live. Like if I died today, there's other eras I would like to take on my ghost form.
Yeah, give me like peak 23 year old. I had great. My hair was nice. I
was in shape.
Yeah. It was like right before the time I tore my knee. So I was like, I felt great. Life was good.
That was right before my DUIs. Life was great.
Ooh, let's go to this one. Paranormal communities. Okay. Let's see. I'm just going to find a random one here. I don't want Okinawa. Okay, here we go. This was literally posted 18 hours ago by a Nidiora 13. They were already off to a good start. This sounds real. It's got 47 up, like 17 comments. So let's see. So it's 2 a.m. I'm trying to find my my bookmark that had gone missing. She typoed that.
Okay.
I'm looking all over the bedroom and can't find it. I see something tall move behind me and pass me quickly out of the corner of my eye. It booked it into my daughter's room. I thought on instinct it was my fiance because it was tall and skinny like him. I then realized there was no way he could get in the bedroom, ours or our daughter's, without me knowing. On instinct, I screamed bloody fucking murder. I screamed his name out and ran to our daughter to make sure she was okay. Obviously, she was startled awake because I had just screamed. But he looked all over her room and ours. Nobody there. I said I know it's not a person, and he just rolled his eyes at me. He doesn't believe in the paranormal, but I know what I saw. He said it was probably my hair moving and scared me. My hair was up in a bun. No, it wasn't. LOL. It's now 3 a.m. My fiance and daughter are both back asleep, but I can't fall asleep. I'm too freaked out. Still never found my bookmark either. I talked to my brother, and he thought maybe it could have been our dead. Our dad. Sorry, our dead dad. He passed in 2022, about 10 months before my daughter was born, but our dad was short and chubby. It wasn't him. Edit to add, our bedroom is connected to our daughter's room through the closet. That's where he ran through. Yeah, saying that was posted today. I'm sold. She saw something.
And what's the location of this again?
Doesn't say.
Hmm.
But she posted this 18 hours ago. Oh, we got updates. We got updates here. Okay. My daughter is talking to herself in a room, 4 a.m., but this isn't uncommon. I grew up in a haunted house, so this is nothing. I haven't experienced anything here other than the lights turning off by themselves. When we move, I feel like they're just making up shit now. I feel like the extra shit here at the end, like you're doing all this now extra.
It's like when you tell a lie and then you just keep piling on to make it seem more probable.
When we moved in, we took down a brick wall that was put up in the living room for a charcoal heater and found a bunch of old pictures. Oh, you're going every stereotype. We kept them because we mostly, me, didn't want to upset anything. They're in our kitchen. Yeah. Yeah. Nidoria. And she's actively commenting here, but I just feel like I was in, Nick. I was
She should have left the updates out.
She should, yep. Don't update right away. Give it 2 days.
Let it marinate.
Hey, 2 days later, hey, update. My daughter's now talking to herself. Hey, update. We were doing some stuff in our home and we took this brick wall down. Here's some pictures. Like, you can't just drop it all at once.
No, it's like a gourmet meal. You got to have different courses.
I feel like you would have brought that up in the beginning of the post, right?
Yeah.
This all started when.
Mm-hmm.
Because all this sounds like is paranormal activity.
Or like Amityville horror.
Yeah. It's exactly the same stories. I'm glad I found that.
That was a good catch. Like you said, you had me. Not gonna lie, they had me in the first half.
They had me in the first half. And the only reason why I did that is because I clicked the this story here and the link is dead, which upsets me. But here's this one. The woman in the corner. But it's not, didn't show anything. It just said the link's dead. So I don't know. Maybe the person took it down. Maybe, I don't know. But when I was 9, I shared a room with my little sister. One night, I woke up to her whispering my name, but when I looked over, she was sound asleep. I rolled over, and in the corner by the closet, I saw her. A woman in a long black dress, long hair covering her face, just standing there, swaying a little, like she was breathing. I screamed. My mom ran in, turned on the light, nothing. This kept happening, not every night, but often enough that I stopped telling my parents. One night, I woke up and she was closer. I could see her hands, long fingers, pale skin. I shut my eyes. When I opened them again, she was gone. Years later, I was helping my parents move and we found a box of old newspaper clippings. One article talked about a woman who had lived in the house in the 1950s. She lost her husband and 2 daughters in the fire. She died in that same room, waiting for them to come back.
That's a very, I'm not gonna lie, that's a typical like storyline for any.
Like, I just feel like that wasn't good. Like, I mean, honestly though, if a ghost is playing red light, green light in my bedroom,
I'm gonna win.
I'm just not taking my eyes off you. I'm gonna turn the light on. We're gonna go. And everyone wonders, why do you have all the smart stuff in your house? Why? Because I can be like, Alexa, turn off studio. Alexa, turn on studio. Look, no demon.
Just Zaga.
Just Zaga.
Close,
but not the same. But yeah, no. Like that. Every time I close my eyes, you get closer.
No, I've seen a lot of shorts on like TikTok and stuff like that where people have done just that story alone.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, it's very eye-catching if done properly. But this being a actual experience, I'm gonna.
This was literally in the Conjuring movies.
That's where the
little clap.
Yeah.
Little clap game. Yeah. Remember when she was in the bedroom and she's screaming and the mom bursts in and she's pointing in the corner and then you see the thing in the freaking top of the corner?
Yep.
Or the white faced lady.
The nun?
No, it wasn't the nun. It wasn't Valak.
Oh. Do
I
you,
don't remember her name, but she was an old lady.
do you say the name because it gives you power over her dominion?
Valak. Well,
Mm.
so you gotta. I don't believe in demons.
Mm.
I have a weird belief when it comes to ghosts. As we lead up to our, that is the last story there. So we'll lead into mine. Um, I have a weird belief when it comes to ghosts because I'm not religious, right? I'm not spiritual. I've made that very clear. I have a hat that says unholy. I have things that say no gods. I am part of the Satanic Temple. Um,
Well, okay, hold on.
Hmm?
I don't think that you have to be religious to, I think religious and spiritual are two different entities on their own.
okay,
I don't think either one of them negate the fact
I'm
that you can
neither
believe in the
spiritual.
paranormal.
I'm not spiritual either. Then I am very much a man of science, and that's just the way I am. Like believe in like I don't believe in ghosts the way that people normally believe them, but I believe in or like, oh, it's your spirit, whatever. I know for a fact that when you die, there's a certain jolt of electricity that shoots through your body, and then there's no more electricity anymore. Now, everything I know in science is energy is transferable, doesn't just disappear. So where does that energy transfer to? I think it's just another plane of existence. And I think that's where my belief system flies. Because we do, there's like, for example, like gamma rays. Gamma
Oh,
rays exist. We can't see them. Air exists. We can't see it, right? Like this dimension exists amongst ours. We just can't see it. I just feel like the people that are ghosts, they just haven't found the exit door yet.
it's like the fly trapped in your car.
They haven't found the escalator to leave.
Tom and Jerry.
Yes. Tom and Jerry. I like that one. So I have weird things, and I have had my experiences with ghosts as we get to my story here. And feel free to chime in at any point in time with questions because I remember what I remember. Um, we'll go with the first one here. So, remember that Airbnb that Ellie and I stayed in I think it was like New Hampshire or Vermont or something like that. Maine. I think it was Maine. It was Maine,
When?
where the Airbnb, the backyard was a graveyard.
Nope.
Insert picture right here. I'm gonna have to really watch the episode to edit it this week. Um, ever since like now I'm in the zone to start doing fun shit. But we stayed at this Airbnb. We had like our, my best friends that are up here, Justin and Coley. We had AJ and Heather, my other best friends, and then we had Ellie's sister, her boyfriend at the time, and Ellie's friend Juliana. So we all got this huge Airbnb. We all split it. You've done that before, right? You get a bunch of friends, get a big Airbnb, split the costs. Okay. Well,
No.
that's how you get like a really nice, like a mansion for only.
Well, yeah, I know the process of
Yeah.
how to do it. It's just, yeah.
You don't have friends.
Okay. Okay.
It's like that hurt. I
I hope you catch your fucking expensive pajama pants on something and rips.
almost caught it on a nail yesterday. So,
Well, let's take that as a warning.
so we got this Airbnb, and when we pulled up, I saw a sign that said Maine's oldest cemetery. And I'm like, excuse me? I thought we're going to the Airbnb. And she was like, this is the Airbnb. I'm like, no, this is the world's the fucking Maine's oldest cemetery. And so we pull up, and literally there's a property line that separates B&B cemetery, like backyard cemetery. So, of course, I want to go have fun. Now, as I mentioned before, I'm very disrespectful to the dead. And I understand that you're supposed to speak your intentions before stepping into a graveyard, especially if you're not going to visit somebody that you know and you're just perusing. You're supposed to speak your intentions.
You're just browsing.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not here to cause any harm, not to be disrespectful. I said, literally, fuck yo couch, Eddie Murphy. And I stepped right into that shit. Ellie got very upset. She found a rock and left an offering. But I said, fuck your couch, Eddie Murphy. And then not walk through the gate, I hopped the fence. Because it was a stone wall. we're right starting off clean here. I'm
Start off
going to
strong.
I'm going to share the video on the stream here as I'm talking about it, but I need to find it first to send it to Nick. So on the iPhones, they have there's a LiDAR essentially on your phones. For those who don't know what LiDAR is, if you ever seen like videos where you see like the stick figure, it can pick what a human is. It can pinpoint different things, and really just to pick up human bodies and whatnot, right? For like video and video purposes. So I downloaded this app that kind of made it night vision. And with the night vision, I obviously started trying to get ghost stuff. Unbeknownst to me, I did. As I send this video to Nick. Why is it not? So I'm gonna show it to Nick here. Nick, let me know when you press play. Because I want to be able to do a live breakdown of this video with everybody. I can't put it on the screen. I wish I could, but I will put it on the screen for you guys. I can't do it for Nick. Ready to press play?
I haven't got it yet.
What?
In stutter. I don't have it yet. Oh, there it is.
All right. Let me know when you hit play on it.
I just hit play.
All right. So now, right in the beginning there, you saw Juliana. I was using it as a test. I'm currently scanning the graveyard. Now, you see that it's not picking up anything. And you saw that it picked up Juliana, clear as day, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm kind of just walking around this really creepy tree that was right in the middle of the graveyard, right over a couple of graves. And again, I'm just trying to pick it up. I don't have the sound on my thing, but I'm probably sitting there explaining that. So it's a 2-minute video here, and I'm sorry that I'm making us sit through this because there's not a whole lot going on and kind of just proves my situation here. But at some point on this screen, you're going to see a stick figure just randomly pop up in the middle of the cemetery. And I still don't understand what happened. Oh, there it is. You saw it? So I start walking around and I'm like, what the fuck was that? And I'm like, all right, let me recalibrate it. Let me just move around again. And it gets to the point where I start seeing shit. And this guy's actually standing there. And I start talking to it. And it waves. And then it disappears. And you'll see there's the wave. And you'll see it like it's like dancing. And then it goes, gone. And then I approach closely to it. And there's nothing else there. Look all around the gravestones. And you saw in the video there was a number of gravestones, right? You saw that, Nick?
Mm-hmm.
Number of gravestones. You don't see it pop up again. There's nothing even there. I picked up something there, but that's the flag. It picked up the flag right there. That flag wasn't moving before.
So hold on, I gotta ask.
Mm-hmm.
Is the app that you called GhostTube?
Yeah, I think it was called.
You're a fucking idiot.
No. So
no.
Is that GhostTube? No, because they said it right on the video.
It said GhostTube at the top.
Yeah. So
no,
what all that does is just uses your camera. The GhostTube part, they have the stupid like voice recordings and shit like that. I use the camera portion where it changes it puts a filter on the fucking camera. So it's like night vision.
Sorry, no.
Okay, so hear me out on this, and hear me out on it. So
okay.
There was a number of apps that we did use, and we were curious, right? Because we wanted to see if it would work. That one was weird, but we continued fucking around with shit. We thought we had something. Before that, we had an app, and it was supposed to spew out words, right? It reads the electromagnetics in the air and puts the words that the ghosts are trying to say to us.
Allegedly. So I got beware was the word. And I was like, what? Okay. What am I be wearing? Oh, you're trying to get me. We're laughing about this. We're like, it's an app on an iPhone. This isn't going to be accurate. Correct.
Right. It said beware. And then I was like, beware of what? And it said Smith. I'm like, oh, who's Smith? And it said wife. And I was like, oh, Smith and his wife. What's going to happen? Murder. I'm like, you're just throwing out these words. It's an app. This is stupid. So my buddy didn't want to be part of the ghost hunting thing. He was not about it. It's just not his thing. He was actually at his, at the picnic table in the backyard of the Airbnb. It was a very small backyard between the cemetery and the Airbnb. And he's on his computer fucking around, right? Just chilling. He found the registry for the what's it called?
Cemetery?
For the cemetery. Thank you. Now, as so we did the word thing, and he hears me saying Smith, right? So I take out the filming thing and I start trying to film and trying to see what I could find. He yells over to me, or what's it called? He yells over to me, there's a Smith in this cemetery who's buried next to his wife. And I was like, okay. Now, I know what you said about GhostTube, and I understand. But of all the graves that's anything had popped onto, why would it pop on to the Smith, who was buried right next to his wife? Now, her gravestone was broken. It was shattered in half. His was standing tall. That one freaked me out.
I don't know.
Now, in that app with the words, it said Danger Heather. Heather was my buddy's wife now. And she was upstairs and felt nauseous 5 minutes after we got that message on the phone. Call that coincidence. Weird. Sure. That night, we're fucking around, whatever. We're playing like Cards Against Humanity, whatever. We all go to bed. Probably around like, we're older. We're old, right? So we went to bed at like 11:30. I wake up around 2:30 in the morning and I go downstairs for a snack. Because I had a weird dream. I had a dream that somebody opened up the window and wanted me to come outside in the Airbnb. Whatever. I get downstairs in the kitchen and I'm sitting there and I see somebody else is awake. And they're like, oh, you can't sleep either. It was Heather. She goes, you can't sleep either? I'm like, yeah, I had a weird fucking dream. She goes, what was your dream about? And I was like, a window opened. And she goes, and somebody called you out there? And I'm like, yeah. We had the same fucking dream.
That's not uncommon, though.
But that's weird. To be woken up at the same time. And this is all within a 6.5 hour time frame that all this stuff happened. So that's all I'm saying for that one. You can chalk it up to coincidence. If you want to chalk that up to coincidence, you're more than welcome to. But I have better ones. I have a couple of stories here. Couple of stories. But I want to hear what you think about that one. What are your thoughts? It's my ghost story.
I am one to believe that, yeah, there could very well have been something out in the cemetery because, one, it's a cemetery. There's, depending on what's in the fucking ground and stuff like that, bodies can tend to inhabitate fields of that. I mean, we've seen it like in the Civil War grounds, like where you see Civil War soldiers and stuff like that. So I'll give you that one. What I'm not really leaning into is the using of the apps, because I've used apps myself, not just for like ghost hunting stuff, just iPhone apps are just silly as is. And I just don't think that they are
weird coincidences, though. In that scenario, it gave me a name. It gave me his wife.
Yeah.
Said,
okay.
I go next to it.
What was the last name?
Smith.
Yeah, a very common last name.
Very common. But then for the thing to show up on the camera exactly where the Smiths were buried, and he checked, there was only 2 Smiths in that entire cemetery. I swear, I'm not kidding. This is real life. Because he searched Smith, and it was 2 names, and it said their little story of who they were, and it didn't say how they died, but it just said husband and wife. And at the thing, her gravestone was smashed into the fucking ground. Like it was like pushed into the ground, cracked, all separated, and his stood tall.
I don't know. I believe in coincidences. I mean, the whole dream.
Comment below if you think that was actually something, or I'm just talking out of my ass here, and I have no. It just so happened to be. Lucky.
I'm not gonna say it's not probable. I'm gonna say there's some. There's some realness there, but I don't think all of it's there, and I don't think it's self-imposed. I think it's like there's probably logical reasoning.
Okay.
But I definitely believe like you did experience something, just maybe not to the full extent of what could be entirely paranormal.
Okay. Now I have a really good one from my dad. I think I told you that one before, but I'll save that one for another day. There was one with in this house, and I'm 1000% convinced that this house is haunted.
Is this what you've told me about for years?
I think so. Where Ellie's voice.
Oh no, I was going to talk about your buddy's ashes.
Oh yeah, no, that one. He's a good ghost. He only bothers me in my office, gaming room, whatever. Like stuff will fall randomly. Lights will turn on randomly. Music will start playing in my. It's only in my gaming studio because his ashes are in the living room. I'm assuming he wants to be in here because he was a nerd. He was. Favorite character was Doctor Strange, so I have the Eye of Agamotto next to his ashes just for him.
Rightfully so.
Right. Now, this one I can't believe I haven't told you this one. So this one, Ellie and I were chilling. This was like, I think last year before, something like that. And sorry, give me 1 second. Okay. But yeah, so it was about a year and a half, 2 years ago, and me, Ellie, and the dogs are chilling on the couch. And my dog is laying on me on my right side here. And Ellie is over here on the left-hand side on the couch. And she's like, I got to use the bathroom. I'll be right back. So I paused the show and I start going on Facebook. You know what you normally do, right?
Yeah, you're killing time.
Yeah, I kill the time. My dog is just resting her head on my chest. Now she goes in the bathroom. She shuts the door. Whatever. So I'm sitting there and I hear, babe. And I'm like, yeah. Babe. Now the second babe, my dog perks her ears up and looks over in the direction of the bathroom. I look up. I'm like, what's up, babe? Nothing. Next thing I know, Ellie opens up the door and you see her go like this. She opens up the door and she goes. And I'm like, did you just call out for me? And she was like, no. I'm like, we heard you say babe twice. She goes, I didn't say a word. I was peeing. And I'm like, and what was that? She goes, I don't know. When I opened up the door, I felt something weird and just felt like I got to chill. And I'm like, we just kind of stared at each other blankly for about 5 seconds. And she just promptly walks to where her sage is with a lighter, lights it, and just starts walking around the house.
She was in no mood to ask questions. She was just going to do straight to action.
She was like, it was straight action. There was no plan. There was no discussion. It's like, we are handling this shit right now. What are your thoughts on that one?
That one, given the past stuff that you've told me, like with your buddy and stuff like that, I feel like there might be something reoccurring there. Nothing obviously violent, but I think there could be some kind of strange thing going on.
Some kind of strange thing going on?
Now, what? I don't know, because usually when you hear a loved one's voice, it's 9 times out of 10, it's a skinwalker.
That's what scared me, right? Like, because that's normally what it is. It's usually a skinwalker. But I'm like, it could be a mimic is what.
Oh, yeah.
but like that was weird because we used to have a ghost cat at the house or the old apartment. We had a cat that was like we'd hear meows. Stuff would get knocked off of like the side. Like we don't know. There was random meows consistently.
There's a lot of cat things.
Yeah, and like our neighbors didn't have cats. Like we were friends with our neighbors, and they didn't have cats. And no, like our section of 4 apartments that were together, nobody had a cat. And I asked, I was like, dude, I really don't, like if you have one and you're just trying not to pay, like it's cool. Just tell me. Like I don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, I don't give a shit.
Like it really means nothing to me. I just want to make sure I'm not going crazy. And they're like, no, we don't have a fucking cat. And they're like, I don't know what you're talking about. I haven't heard that. So it was weird. It was weird.
Yeah.
But we've had shit. I'm fully convinced I'm haunted. Because when we did first move, or this house is definitely haunted. When we first moved into this house. Now, you remember in Snapchat, I think it was a few years ago, specifically, oh no, I lost, I don't know what's the picture.
Is this about the face thing?
No. Remember they had a filter where it would turn you into an anime character?
Vaguely.
Yeah. So whatever the case was, I saw there was a trend that it would pick up spirits, right? And I'm like, sure.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
This was in 2023. This was taken at the top of my stairs. I just sent you the picture. So the bathroom, this doorway that's right here, this is right outside of that bathroom. Now, there is nothing in the hallway at all. There's nothing in the hallway at all. And I'll put it right here for you guys on the screen. We don't know why it's a little Japanese girl. Because it tells gender when you take the picture, right? We did it to ourselves. We're like, oh, look, I'm an anime guy. Oh, you're an anime chick. Ha 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 ha. Why the fuck was there a little girl at the top of my stairs? Now, I did do a lot of research on this house. Not a lot is known about the original owners, but the previous owners that did own this house, younger couple, I know they bought it for below market value. Don't know what. There's also a massive brown mark in our living room that we don't know what it was. Previous owners I got to meet and talk to, they said they didn't know what that was either. That was there when they moved in.
Blood.
It's either blood or human decay.
Oh, yeah, that's the other one.
Like that's the only thing that can make sense, and it is mildly terrifying. And I have thought about it because this basement terrifies me. Remember, I almost had the studio down in the basement years ago.
Yeah, it was like a brief thought.
Yep, I set it all up, and it terrified me too much to be down there. Like I felt like something was near me, or like on the other side of the curtain. It was terrifying. Do you have any ghost stories? Have you had any experiences yourself?
No, I told the ones I said at the beginning of the episode. That's really
it.
Yeah, like I'm trying to think. I want to say no, that yeah, not off the top of my head. I know that there was this one time, it wasn't my house, that me and a couple buddies, there's this spot, and just like limestone, there's a lot of things that host spirits and stuff like that.
Yeah, that retain energy.
Yes, retain energy. And so there's this farm out by this outside of my best friend's small little town, and the property line is right on the line. There's the farmer that owns the land, and then there's a barbed wire fence with a lamp or a light post that also is on it. And on the other side of the land is it's not a burial ground, but it is Native American. It belongs to the Native Americans. If you go out there, and apparently I forget how it all happened, but if you cross that line without saying anything, the light and the farmer doesn't own the light, and there's nothing on the land that belongs to the Native Americans. That light would start flickering stupidly fast, and the air got real thin, and it got really cold, really, really fast.
Really?
So I'm not 100% sure. There was also a time where we used to go like on ghost hunts or whatever, and it was me, my buddy Billy, and my buddy Ronald, and we went to this one spot. It was this Camp Lujo or something like that. Apparently, this camp shut down in the middle of operation out of fucking nowhere. Like the whole camp cleared out, left everything behind. And so we found the camp. We hopped the fence, first B&E experiences and stuff like that. But it was eerily creepy. Just like you saw the school buses, you saw the canoes, you saw the cabins, you saw.
Oh, they left it all.
Yeah, they left it all. And like we never understood or found out the story of it. But you could hear just like small little chatter. And I'll be the first one to say, easily could have been nerves. Easily could have been nerves. Could have just been working myself up. I don't know.
Because you're scared?
Just because I'm scared to shit. So there's no telling if that was actually real or not. So
like when you're doing laundry late at night and you're trying to get up from the basement and you hear that little thing, you're just trying to sprint. Which really nice. The light is at the top of my basement, so at least I don't have to run in the dark at all.
Well, I don't have a basement, so like I have to.
You fuck.
Huh?
You lucky fuck.
Sometimes I wish I had a basement, but at the same time, like, no, I don't want to deal with that.
Unless it's a finished basement, I don't want it now. It's terrifying. Maybe it's just the concrete. It's the fear of the underground. I don't know.
No, I'll 100% agree with you. Seeing a basement that is just you see studs and concrete and that's it. Like, why couldn't y'all finish this? This is I've seen way too many movies.
This is where bad things happen.
Happen.
You don't see horror movies with a finished basement.
No.
Even in Buffalo Bill had an unfinished basement, okay?
It puts the lotion on the skin.
It does as it's told. It does as it's told, or it gets the hose again.
It puts the lotion on the skin.
I love that movie. Ellie's never seen that. I gotta show her that one too.
No, that's another one.
All right, next week we're gonna be going into movies. That's what we're gonna do. We're talking all horror movies, best ones to watch on Halloween night, because I know you guys are gonna listen to us during the day, so at night you guys know what to watch from us. But I want to end on one final story. Now, this is a story that is not mine. I am part of this story, but this was told to me. My father told me this story first and foremost, and of course, I didn't believe my dad. Right? Like your dad tells you a ghost story about yourself, you're just like, oh, sure. I asked my aunts at a separate occasion. Now I have 3 different aunts. One lives in California, one lives in Colorado, one lives about 25 minutes from my father. I spoke to each of them at separate occasions, at different times, different places, and
got the same story.
All corroborated true. All true. And this is where it gets eerie for me, because I remember this. So I lived in Yonkers, New York, from pretty much when I was born till about 6. Now, my family had immigrated here from the Philippines in 1965. And when they moved here, this had to have been in like the 70s, late 70s at this time. So they were here for a few years. They have been situated. And my dad lived in the basement. There was a finished basement down there. And there was like 2 rooms. There was like a bar set up. My dad had a whole thing down there. He was in his 20s, right? He's in his teens. So my dad kept having this dream. He was in his, I think it was in his early 20s. He had me at 25. So this was actually in the 80s. Sorry. This was in the 80s. Because he had me in 90. So this had to have been, oh no, he must have been teens, like 19 or so, because this would have been like early 80s. So he tells me, I kept having this dream. And in this dream, it was this old man, and he was peeling an apple with a knife. Just sitting there peeling an apple with his knife and tossing pieces to his dog. Like, just like you normally would, right? Like if you were a dog and you were peeling an apple, you toss your dog some pieces. It's good for them. So the next day, my dad wakes up, I'm sorry, my dad has this dream like 4 or 5 nights in a row. Same dream every single night. So him and my aunts are like, they're all pretty close in age, and you know, they're all good friends, obviously, they're siblings. And he's like, yo, I've been having like this weird ass dream. And they're like, oh, you too. Similar to my story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Except there's 3 other people. And they're like, wait, you've been having a weird dream too? Yeah. Wait, what do you mean you guys have been having a weird dream? And they're like, well, wait, Gus, what's your weird dream? And he's like, so it's this old man. And my other aunt goes, peeling an apple. And my other aunt goes and throwing the peel to the floor where my other aunt cut off to feed his dog. So they all like said the same story. And they're like, that's weird, whatever. So they go to the library because internet wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah, I should do your research.
They start going through the newspapers, right? And trying to figure out what happened, looking at obituaries, trying to figure out like a true, Stranger Things vibe. And they find out, and I corroborated the story. The house was on Galemore Drive. I don't remember the exact number. Galemore Drive in Yonkers, New York. And they come to find out that the previous owner had died in that house. Now, unfortunately, it was a terrible accident to how this man had passed away. He was sole guy. His wife had died. He had no kids. It was just him and his dog. He was walking down to the basement peeling an apple when he had slipped on one of the rugs on the stairs, fell down the stairs, broke his neck. The knife that he was peeling the apple killed the dog.
Oh, double homicide.
Right? Terrible accident.
Yeah, freak accident
in that home. But my dad lives in the basement. And he was the first to see this because they said they saw it after him. Mm-hmm. He hadn't talked to them about the dream yet. So they go to my grandmother, they go to my grandmother, my Lola, and there's, Mom, did you know somebody died in the house? Oh my God, we all had this dream. And she was like, no. Because they kept going to my grandmother and saying the house is haunted. And she's like, no, it's nothing. So now they confronted her with the proof, right? Mm-hmm. They confronted her and said, we have the proof. Look, we have the copies of the newspaper. This guy died here. And she goes, I know. And you're like, what do you mean you know? They're like, how do you think we got the house so cheap? So my grandmother brushed the whole thing off, whatever. They never had the dream again. Maybe it was just, just like, okay, we like you guys in this house, whatever. They don't know. But they never had the dream again. So fast forward, I'm about 4, 5 years old, something like that. I'm a young kid. And my room was in that basement where my dad has been living, right? He's in his 20s, he's living in the basement. And one day he hears me playing down in the basement, and he opens up the door and he goes, son, it's time for dinner. Come upstairs. And he just hears me laughing and running around. He goes, hey, come on. I said upstairs for dinner. I'm just running around and laughing, just not even paying mind to him. So he comes down the stairs, and my dad had a pool table in that bar area. And so I ran around the pool table, and I'm looking around, and my dad's like, what are you doing? Like, I called you up for dinner. What's happening? And I'm like, Daddy, doggy. And my dad's like, what do you mean the doggy? Like, and he's looking around. He's thinking, do I have a toy that I'm trying to find? And I'm like, no. I was like, Daddy, where'd doggy go? And then my dad starts looking around, and he realizes that I am looking for a legit fucking dog that I was playing with.
You look for the ghost dog.
And then my dad's just like, let's go upstairs, please. Let's have dinner. And that was it. There was no other stories of this scenario. Now, obviously, this is the first time you've heard the story. So what do you think? I lived it, so I can't really speak on it. I don't know. I remember the basement. I remember it was weird. But
I think it's that when someone, so we've both seen enough paranormal movies to know that, like, when someone dies a horrible death,
you linger. You're just trying to live out the rest of your life that you
Yeah.
don't have anymore.
I forget what movie it is, but when they say they die a horrific death, that their spirit inhabits the area that they unfortunately passed away in.
Oh my God. Could you imagine like you died in like in a terrible, like the plane exploded in the air? Are you just forever stuck in a nonstop flight?
That's a good question, right?
Outside of the box, Nick. Outside of the box. That's where we got to think, buddy. Because here's the thing. Realistic, like you want to think about it, right? What happened with the astronauts that died in space? They're just floating out there, just fucking bullshit. Oh, look, another Tesla satellite flying by. Would love to see what's happening down there.
Guys, we've hung out with the aliens.
Right? Like, I got questions. If you died on Mount Everest, you're just stuck in the cold. You ain't never reaching the top now.
Yeah,
just for eternity, you're climbing the mountain.
You keep climbing, and when you get to the point the point where you died, the spirit just hits restart, and you start back where you were, and it's just on a loop.
You ever watch? You've watched American Horror Story, right?
Nope.
You've never seen American Horror Story?
Nope. I've seen The Coven, Apocalypse, and
okay,
1984.
Okay, so remember on Baba Legba or Papa Legba or whatever his name was, the voodoo devil,
vaguely.
Precious. She was working on the fast food spot, and she kept having to serve people to forever. That was her hell.
I think so.
Yeah, that's what it would be like. That's what I feel like it would be like.
Yeah.
Oh my God. See, that makes see stuff like when we talk about stuff like that, like what happens, like if you die a horrific death, you are stuck relive in that area forever. We had a lady over here in town, and this was a terrible accident. Somebody had a medical emergency while they were driving and then crashed their car into a liquor store. Like they must have had a heart attack or stroke or something like that, right? I don't know. I didn't see the follow-up of it. But they drove through this storefront, this liquor store. Unfortunately, this lady passed away. But is this lady just stuck forever, never getting the booze that she was trying to order at 10 o'clock in the morning?
Those are the things that make me wonder.
Right?
Because I'm not sure.
But here's the thing. What if you just die like at home, like in a bed? Like you just going to sleep every night, but you can never fall asleep?
I feel like you inhabit the house.
Right? But like, what are the guidelines? I need to know. There needs to be a set of rules. Right?
See, this is why we need Ed and
Lorraine
Warren.
So weirdly enough, now here's a funny story. My ex from years and years and years ago worked at the nursing home that Lorraine Warren was in.
Oh, that's cool.
When did she pass, actually? I'm curious. Because I'm pretty sure, 2019. Okay. Oh my gosh. So I do remember it correctly then. Because I thought she was lying to me, and I was like, no, Lorraine Warren's not dead. But no. So when Lorraine Warren passed, my ex was working that night. And she had said 2 priests had gone in when she had passed, and there was noises that she couldn't understand what was happening in there. And then when the priests left, they had like their collars uncollared. They were sweating, and they just left swiftly into the night. It was in the middle of December. And I was like, that's fucking weird.
You think
I'll probably make a movie about that. But yeah, no, that happened.
You think Valak got revenge?
Could have been. I mean, she spent her life trapping all these haunted items. But apparently there's some like drama going on with that, but I don't know.
Oh, dude, it's been a fucking shitstorm.
But with all that said, I think we're done with our podcast haunting.
Our ponting.
Pedanting. I forgot the name. I had something I was gonna say and then I lost it. It was from Ace Ventura. Roger Podaxter. Einhorn is a man. Vocal stems of the 90s. But yeah, no, I think we're done for this episode. I hope you enjoyed our ghost stories, or at least mine, and Nick's. I don't know about the other Reddit people's. Like, they were cool, but I feel like ChatGPT put some shit together for them.
Like there was only one good one out of that whole thing.
Yeah, there was. I mean, like I said, I just had to pull random ones just out of curiosity, and then
I mean, they nonetheless they were interesting to hear, and we could
stories
dissect them to the best of our ability.
Have you heard of the one line horror stories?
I want to say I have.
Oh, one sentence horror stories. It actually turned out to be a series. On I forgot what program or what streaming station it was, but they took the one sentence horror stories and made it into a whole like 15-20 minute scene.
Mm-hmm.
So like one of the ones I read here is, as she slid on top of me.
Oh
wait, what?
Oh yeah, did you go to the right thing?
That was 2 sentence horror stories. Oh, I hope I don't run into. Nope, that's not. Finally, I'm all alone. I said to myself as I sat in my bedroom at night. No, you're not. Said something. See, these are not good. Where were the best ones? I just don't understand. There used to be so many good ones. Like, I don't know what happened. I used to be able to look these up, and they were terrifying. And I don't know. This is terrible. Oh, one show set in the long 512 server. No. Okay, whatever the case is, I had some good ones. I know they existed. I remember them existing. Maybe I'll find them one day. I'll try to come prepared next week with those, because that was a great series, and they had great. They were terrifying. But the real horror of all this is adulthood, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm exhausted. Hats off. Bald head out. I am tired. I am so tired today. Adulting is the real horror of all this. These ghost stories mean shit. I'm telling you right now. I was not scared in these moments. A little freaked out. Little hairs in the back of the neck went up. However, being an adult sucks. I hosted my Halloween party this weekend, as we discussed earlier. Bob and Linda was what Ellie and I dressed up as. And are you dressing up for next week's episode? For Halloween episode?
Is next week the Halloween episode? It has to be the Halloween episode.
Yeah, I'm going to record for next week's episode, and it's going to be the Halloween episode. You're dressing up? So I'm not doing it unless you're not doing it.
What are you going as?
Don't know yet.
Because I got like 2 options.
All right, we'll text. We'll come up with an idea here. I'm willing to spend money at Spirit Halloween.
I've already done that.
I'm saying I'm willing to we can do something fun. I can match you. It's fine. But yeah, Thursday had to put all the decorations out and set up the living room, or set up the garage. So that was my entire day off. Then I went to bowling, which I proceeded to suck, but somehow raised my average. Don't talk to me about that. Friday was getting the regular house set up. So getting the living room. I had a selfie mirror, looked real cool. I showed it to y'all in the Discord. So if you haven't joined the Discord, follow this. Check the Discord out. Then Saturday, I worked all day. What a shit show. Our receptionist called out. We lost the key to the plates. We had freaking a trunk or treat event going on. I was down a salesperson. My finance guy wasn't there. It was a hell of a day. Get here, immediately changed my costume, start socializing to be the host of the party. And then today, Ellie wanted to go apple picking. So we drove an hour away to go apple picking. Granted, I had some really good apples. Do you know you could just eat the apples right off the tree while you're picking them?
No, I did not know that.
I guess you're allowed to. So I did. I ate about 7 apples worth, and then I put the rest in the bag. But yeah, I'm exhausted, and I think I'm going to call it quits for now. So, Nick, do you have anything else you want to say?
I don't really have any. It's been a chaotic last couple of days just due to work. So that's about it.
I feel you. But next week, we are going to give best horror movies of 2025 that we've seen so far. We're going to rank our best horror movies of all time. We'll get that out. I'm sure we'll have some discussion with that.
I'm sure.
We're definitely going to have arguments about that.
I know.
Yes. And then we'll end it off with we'll do the best horrors of 2025, the best horror movies of all time, and then the greatest horror movies of our generation, like our teen years, teen to early 20s, because that's when you went to see horror movies all the time. You took a date to it, right? Date get scared because they get Mickey. Oh my god! Every guy did it.
I don't know if I did that.
How did you not do that? Everybody does that.
I think I just broke the mold.
How'd you take them to go see? Like
Transformers.
So you set the expectation up. It's you did the Barney Stinson. It's a subtle slap in the face. It's like you'll never be as hot as Megan Fox, just so you know. So you need to settle with me because that will never be you.
I am your Shia LaBeouf.
I'm your Shia LaBeouf.
My Shayla.
You never did that? Like you put on a horror movie so the girl gets scared and she goes up next.
I know the move. But no, I never did that.
It works. Not saying like people should do that in a really mean way, but if you're trying to get like close to the other person that you're trying to do, and ladies, do it. Recommend the horror movie so you can cozy up next to the guy you're trying to slide up in. You know what I mean? It works both ways. But yeah, say your goodbyes, Nick.
I guess that is the goodbyes.
Oh. Okay. Well, watch out for skinwalkers, first and foremost. That's very important. If you're in the woods and you hear somebody call for you, run fast as you can away.
Also, don't trust iPhone apps for ghost hunting.
Yeah, don't do that. I have a spirit box and I have an EMF reader now, so I'm prepared. One day I will do a ghost hunt live. I will, if Nick ever visits me here, I will plan a ghost hunt somewhere. So me and him can go ghost hunting because it would be hysterical.
He's going to rage bait me with a ghost.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, God, yeah.
Or the ghost is going to rage bait me. It's one of the two.
Like, OSU sucks. What did you say?
I'm not even a fan of OSU.
Okay, I don't know college football like that. College football. Steelers suck too.
Still a better record than you.
Chiefs won today, baby. 31-0. We back, son. We back.
You played the fucking Raiders.
Back.
You play okay.
Taylor Swift. This is the life of a showgirl, baby.
Say your goodbyes.
Life of a showgirl.
Say your goodbyes.
Yes. But yeah, no, I hope you enjoyed our ghost stories. I hope that you believe some of them, if not at least mine or Nick's. And if you have any good ghost stories, I want to hear about them. I need to hear your horror stories because I like to be scared. It's hard to scare me with ghost stories because I'm rude to ghosts. But I want to hear your story and I want to hear the fucked up shit you might have done or said or have seen. If you have pictures, comment below too. I'm sure this will be a TikTok somewhere. And 2 letters.
Wait, hold on.
Podcast.
I have a little. I conjured up some motivation before you do our somehow unplanned. I just want to say, whether you believe in ghosts or you don't believe in ghosts, as long as you believe in you, that's really all that matters.
Okay, Gandhi. Maybe you should get one of these with your kind of words.
You know what? Say your shit and get the fuck on. That was a heartfelt moment, and you shit on it.
I did.
You shit on my heart.
That's fine. I'm okay with that.
I know that's you.
That's 2 guys, 1 pod.
All my friends got past the checkpoint. I'm still here trying to play the game, boy. I don't know how long I can keep this up. Write another song and put it online. Pause and think, am I wasting my time? Start to question, when will it be enough? Searching for fight till it's game over. Everything's fine, I'll tell myself it just takes time. And what